Good morning. A few notes about the last video. First thing is, I forgot to mention that when me and Nick moved out of his mom's house, we moved in with Old Man Ray. And Old Man Ray, I didn't know it at the time, is related to Michelle. They're cousins or something, okay? But Old Man Ray is significantly older than Michelle. Old Man Ray is important very much later in the timeline. So he pops up throughout a couple times, but he becomes very involved later on. Second thing is I'm sorry. I try to keep these videos shorter now because I realize that my hour-long videos are too much. So I'm condense and then things forget to be said, or I forget to say things, or I get sidetracked because it's raw. I'm not cutting or editing my videos. Like, there's been a couple times I've had to pause them because I have kids and there are interruptions, but I don't cut. This is my story. This is just me talking. So you're going to get me trailing. It happens. But anyways, my kidneys. I'm pretty sure that what caused that was the C-section, because my daughter was born November 5th and I was definitely in the hospital for sure December 20th. I think I was there a couple days before, but I'm fuzzy on the day. I do absolutely recollect that I did not spend all of Christmas there. I could have been picked up from there Christmas morning. But kidneys are fine. From what I can tell, everything's working great. I haven't had issues. I did have a big problem with kidney stones though, which sucked, but I don't get them very regularly anymore. I used to get them every month after my cycle. It sucked. God, it was awful. It was awful. But I figured it was just something that my kidneys started doing and I sucked it up. I wasn't really allowed to go to the doctor, so I found ways to deal with my issues. UTIs, oh, they were awful because you're constantly cut up. And you're also dealing with a dude that doesn't care if you're in pain. He actually very much enjoys it. So you do what you have to do. Continuing on. If I can think of other things as I go along, I will just say them. It's going to be a wild fucking ride. Pick a seat, buckle up, get your popcorn and your snacks, put your straw in your coffee, and enjoy the ride. Oh, it's almost empty. No, it is empty. I love their coffee, but they put so much stuff in it that it always feels like there's more, and it's just like syrup in the bottom. It's so good. But anyway, I'll just tack it on. So here we go. After Nick proposed to me, at some point, he and I moved back in with his mom. He wanted me to stay there with her because he was going to go join the military. And he felt better knowing that that's where we were instead of at Old Man Ray's house. Okay, I can put up with that. So he goes and starts doing the military stuff. Katrina and Alan moved to Texas. We rented space from his mother and I made her keep a ledger proving that we paid her rent, requiring signatures because I wasn't going to get screwed over and I wasn't going to have her talking shit. I think somewhere in storage, I probably have that paperwork with her signatures on the amounts that were paid to her every week. Yeah, I learned. Oh man, did that ruffle her feathers? Let's see. I started saving money. I hadn't gone back to work, but Nick and I had discussed, he told me up front he wasn't good with money. And I told him I was. And since we had a child together, we were going to need to compromise on how we were going to do this because I was willing to go back to work, but that would require him being home with her. And I told him from the jump, since he had squirted her in the face with the bottle, he had already shown signs of, I can't fucking trust you with her. So I let him know that if anything fucking happened to her, whatever he did to her, I was gonna fucking do to him. And he knew I meant it. He knows how I feel about my girls. He does now. But he knew how serious I was. I was gonna protect her. Nick told me he had an affinity for hitting women. He didn't word it like that. And I let him know he wasn't going to do that to me because I would get him back. I grew up around abuse. I saw it. And I already knew that if he ever fucking laid a hand on me, it would have been the last time he had hands. So there was this conversation that we had had at that point in time that was very matter of fact, in a sense. He told me he could be capable of extreme violence. And I let him know that under the right circumstances, so could I be. It was a very raw conversation. Putting it out there. A real face-to-face, to the core. I'm looking for the right words here and I can't grasp them at the moment. Just a very real conversation. It was very calm. I remember that. And we both walked away from that feeling confident that we had an understanding. We weren't going to hit each other. Because if one of us did it, that opened the fucking door for it to continue. And there were times, oh my God, there were times. But it was this look that we would give each other. Like he would make a comment about hurting the girls over the course of time. And I'd I'd give him this look, and he would know. He would know exactly what that look would mean. Test me. I dare you. One of those looks. Or he would do the same. From that point, there's not a whole lot that really happened with Nick. He behaved himself, and I think it's because we were at his mom's house. And he had started working his magic in my head. I don't want my kid to grow up without a dad. You grew up without a dad. And I've got these morals that I've set for myself, and I wanted better for my kids than my situation. And since he was behaving so well and he had proved that he could be trusted around Alicia, I felt like I could let my guard down. I'm sorry, my throat is like spasming. It happens sometimes, like it inside it does this, or like right in here, I feel like it gets a flutter. I don't know how to explain that. And it almost gags me. That's why sometimes I'll literally choke on my words. But he would play a lot on my personal beliefs. And he was very interested in what those were. In the beginning of everything, when he was pursuing me, he was asking me really deep questions, and he seemed super interested in who I was and why I was the way I was. And I didn't realize it at the time that he was doing all of it, but I caught him later using my life story as a pity party for dating profiles, asking for nude pics. Yeah. His mom was sitting in the living room when I went to use the computer, and his messages were all up there. So I was like, what is this about? Yeah. He used my life story as some weird, sick, twisted portrayal of him, his story. And was like, if you want to cheer me up, send me nudes. What? Wow. Okay. That's new. Good job. Gold star for you. Oh, fuck me. I want to say so many things. And then I remember, like, something shouldn't be said. And I laugh a lot at fucked up things. And I think it's because there's been so many fucked up things. I have to find humor in it. God, I would lose my mind if I didn't laugh about it. That's sad and funny. Oh, okay. Continuing on. I don't know if I said this part yet. But Nick had to get a waiver through the military because he was in once before. And since he now wanted to go back in, he was going to need a medical waiver to be signed. So he had to get letters and stuff from people. And, you know, his recruiter was having him jump through all these hoops and do all these things and all that kind of stuff. But he told me he got kicked out of the military because Michelle beat herself with a sack of oranges and accused him of doing it before he left. That's not what happened, because I found paperwork in a box of stuff that he was hiding from me throughout the years. At the end of our relationship, I was going through an old, I think it was a slow cooker box, and I found discs of all kinds of different files. I found old military paperwork. I found all kinds of shit. Anyways, whole secret life, whole secret bunch of fucking shit that I didn't know anything about, or things that he took from me throughout the years and hid from me and told me he had no idea where they were, making me lose my mind, looking through the house, looking for this fucking thing that meant so much to me. And he's had it hidden in this fucking box for years. Shit like that. But on this one particular piece of paperwork, it said that he was discharged the first time because he was diagnosed with, was it bipolar disorder? Oh, fuck, I can't remember. Some kind of personality disorder. I had no... And the whole time throughout our fucking marriage, I'm sitting there trying to put shit together. And he's already been diagnosed with a personality disorder, but Jesus fuck, did they get it so wrong. He is so much worse than what is written on that paper. Or maybe being with me, having the free reign to do all of this shit made him worse. I don't know. You know, I'm not going to fucking take credit for that. He did that shit to himself. He's a fucked up individual on his own. I don't need that. He can wear that crown. Have fun, princess. Huh. Anyway. Blowing that negativity away from me. So I had my walls lowered already because he saved my life. He starts really making me feel like I can trust him. He starts making me love him, putting all this effort in. And I'm still like, I don't want to get married, because to me, nobody takes marriage important anymore. They're just, oh, I'm with you. You my wifey. That was something that always bothered me. Throwing down these titles in their papers, on their letters, you know, telling their friends in their texts and putting it out there, saying it out loud, like you're really diminishing what it would feel like when it's real. You know, you're taking away from yourself with that lack of authenticity. And I grew up in the hood, so a lot of my impressions are probably going to be ghetto. Not sorry. I can't control where I grew up. And when I get angry, it comes out. It does. But I didn't want to get married. Not yet. I didn't want to fucking do it. And I kept telling him no. And I finally told him, I was like, look, if you don't stop pushing it, I will give you the ring back. Like, I can't. No, I don't want this pressure. And I wanted to marry one person and be with that one person. And I wasn't sure he was it. I was okay co-parenting. I wasn't ready to be married. And then he has his recruiter meet with me one day. And tell me that the only thing holding him up was the fact that we weren't married. Fuck. Okay. I guess I'm getting fucking married. So we go to the JOP and we fill out the paperwork. And we gotta wait 3 days. So we do. We went and filled out the paperwork on a Friday. Saturday. Well, Friday counts. Saturday, Sunday. Got married on a Monday. December 20th of 2007. Whatever day that is, I'm pretty sure that would be a Monday. I could look it up. I'm not going to waste time doing that, though. Nick left right after we got married and ran his marriage license right out to the guy in his red little hot rod car. I don't remember much of getting married. I remember I almost passed out. I got weak in the knees and his mom was behind me and she held me up. I remember that. His cousin Josh might have been there. Anyway. We did this honeymoon. And we didn't have very much money, which was fine. No big deal. But before that, let me tell you what happened. Timmy wanted to propose to Krista. And Krista is the same Krista I've mentioned before. I don't want to go into a whole fucking spiel about her. God. Her whole family's just ugh. Anyway, Timmy and Nick decide they're going to go ring shopping together. Nick never gave me a ring. So they go ring shopping together. And I want to make it abundantly clear. I don't care. I don't care if I have a ring. I would wear a tweed ring. Yeah, made out of tweed. The kind that stabs you. Yeah. I would wear it until all those bristles broke off. And it was polished with the oils of my fingers over time and learned to hold its shape. It would be the meaning behind it. I wouldn't care. I don't need diamonds. I'm not that girl. What matters to me is the meaning. The meaning behind what you're giving me. And I guess how you present it. If you come off creepy and weird and like, you know, you gotta have a certain vibe. Okay? I will say that plays a part. But Timmy went on and on about how he took forever to look for a ring. And Nick was just like, yeah, I want the same one but smaller. Okay. Yeah. Again, don't care about the size of it. But I don't know. It felt kind of like oh, here you go. I wasn't very impressed with it. But I also wasn't ungrateful. Okay? I wasn't that bitch either. All right? I did my best. I was appreciative. At this point, I was already his wife. I might as well accept this, right? This is my life now. Finally got it. I had one hanging straight down, and I kept trying to look at it to figure out exactly where it was at, and I couldn't focus on it. Anyway, so some time had passed. Oh, honeymoon. Not very much time. We had to save up money for a hotel. And I did buy a new outfit. I went and got a nice dress, but it was cheap. It was only like $8. And he got us a hotel room for the weekend out in Traverse City. I think it was Sugar Beach, I think is what it was. And they had a honeymoon suite, and it came with like a champagne basket and chocolates and like all this stuff in it. It was nice. I was really hoping to enjoy myself. It had a really nice garden tub in it. That thing was amazing. I laid in that thing for hours one night. He was too busy being grumpy. And he was grumpy the whole time. And, you just got married. You're supposed to be like, well, we're married now. Like, we fucking? No, we're not. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that eliminates half of the things that I packed. I'm not even going to bother putting that stuff on now. All right. Well, okay. I guess we're going to go out to dinner. Where do you want to go? Hooters. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. We'll go to Hooters. So I get myself together in a half an hour. I wear my nice dress. And I had two options. I showed him both of them, modeled both of them. He wasn't interested in it. And he was annoyed, really. So I just picked which one I liked the most. He seemed perturbed by my decision, but I had done my makeup and everything to match. I wasn't about to change into a different color dress and then not match. And then I have to start all over. We went out to dinner. He was so rude to me at dinner. They put us in one of the booth seats behind where they had the bar. And he was so rude to me at dinner that these ladies, there was two of them, they were best friends, out having a girls' night, couple of drinks, knocking some back, late 40s, early 50s, still looking hella good, amazing personalities. One of them come over to me and told me how great I looked and chastised him for not treating me better, for not giving me the respect I was due. And she told me I was way out of his league. And that if I wanted to join her and her friend instead, I was more than welcome to do so. And then she looked at me. I declined, but she looked at me when I told her that we were like out on our honeymoon. She put her hand on my shoulder, looked me in my face and said, "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry." And then walked back over to her seat. After they left, she gave me another pat. Well, when they left, she gave me another pat on their way by. And then I got my ass chewed. So, of course, I wasn't interested in having any fun time after that. Anyway, I laid in the tub for hours. The next day, we didn't really spend any time together or do anything. We went home. It wasn't very long after that he went off with the military. And we haven't even started anything really with the military except that he has now been recruited in and being shipped off to training. The story gets so much more wild. I don't want to take up any more of your time today. I'm kind of rambling today. Got a lot going on up here today. So I will cut this one here. I'm trying. So are you. We can keep trying together. We'll get there eventually. I hope you have a wonderful day.